funny, Brian.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the October 25th, 2023 meeting of the Delhi Township Board of Trustees. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, and we always have a moment of silence after the pledge. Tonight's moment of silence is a sad one. 45 years ago today, badge number P17 with our police division, Officer John Bechtel was killed in the line of duty, responding to, as I understand it, and what public records say, to a mentally ill patient. And Officer Bechtel and another officer was behind them. Lights and sirens activated, going down Delhi Pike East. And 45 years ago today, another car that ran that red light at Pedretti and Delhi and smashed into the cruiser, hence taking the life of Officer John Bechtel. Tonight we remember him after 45 years. Remember the life, the service, the dedication, the love that he had for this community, and we remember his family and his friends. We also remember all of those safety officers, all of those first responders, all of those who put their lives on the line every day for us. We remember them in a very special way. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Approval of the minutes, please. Mr. Luby?
Motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting on October 11th, 2023.
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved.
Motion to approve payment for overtime for the pay period ending October 17th, 2023.
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion is approved.
Motion to approve bills for payment.
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Report from the fiscal officer. Continue, Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2023-162, amending appropriations for expenses, declaring an emergency, and dispensing with second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Is there any discussion on this resolution?
This is a transfer from the fire department for We Thrive funds, I believe. Is that
Yep.
correct, Chief?
This
Oh,
is
the
ARPA.
COVID premium pay. I'm sorry, I got my transfers mixed up. So we've already taken care of the We Thrive. So yes, this is COVID pay.
Very good.
Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
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 Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Since last meeting, significant transactions, our payroll on October the 12th was $337,000. That's all we have.
Thank you so much. Trustee Correspondence, Trustee Sturts.
Yes. I want to give a shout out to one of our own son. Randy Soupy, Parks Director. His son, Max Soupy, plays for Oak Hills High School. And he was the WCPO Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. Max is a junior. He's a wide receiver and a quarterback, and I'm trying to figure that out, how you throw the ball, then you receive it at the same time. But, he's a heck of a player, obviously. Unfortunately, I just learned he broke his collarbone. He's out for a while. So we wish you to heal well, Max, and congratulations on your award, and congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Very good. Trustee Seavey.
Yes, I'd like to thank everyone that trusted me to drive them from their parking lot to the Hootenanny last Saturday. It was a pleasure seeing all of you. And I just a note, because we're going to work to improve the Hootenanny for next year, following a lot of your suggestions from Saturday. So we hear you, and we're going to follow up with it. And following up, I'd just like to mention there's a small football game on Friday. And that football game might be Oak Hills versus Elder. So 7 o'clock, I think, at the pit. It's a big deal, Skylar, because you see, Oak Hills never makes it to the playoffs. Just saying.
A long time.
Go Highlanders.
Audience says, go Panthers.
The audience is saying, go Panthers. Mike, stick up for me.
On Highlanders.
On Highlanders.
Go team, go. Victory's what we're saying.
Randy, Jeff, Ron, you're on.
And there
Got,
we
got
go.
3 Highlanders sitting back there.
Is that it for you, Trustee Seavey?
That's it for me.
I have two quick things, if you would. Things that are on my radar that I'm sure others have seen and probably get as irritated by it as I am when I go literally a minute and a half north and I'm spending 30 cents cheaper on gas than what I'm getting in the township from our own Delhi Kroger's, our own. My goodness, the only great one up there is Nick's drive-through right across from Kroger's, who is defiant about it. He wants to keep it 10 cents cheaper because he's not going to do what the others are doing. And as I've said every time, I can't tell you where to buy your gas, but if you can get it 10 cents cheaper there, why not? It makes absolutely no sense that UDF, Kroger's, and these others are charging $3.49 when it's $3.11, $3.12, $3.19 over on Glenway. And I called, and the one gentleman said, well, you know, it takes the tankers more to get up into Delhi. What? Doesn't take them anything more to get into Delhi. It takes them more to get over at Glenway and these other areas. So I'm fired up about that tonight.
Here's a shock. It was $2.99 in Florence.
That's what I'm talking about.
I knew it.
In Florence, $2.99, Dry Ridge.
Sam's.
That being said, we've talked about this before. If you think that there's something going on there or price gouging, and I'm sorry, this is nothing against our local businesses. We love Kroger's, we love UDF. The gas thing is ridiculous, you know, especially when it's a chain restaurant, retail places like that, grocery and UDF. It doesn't make any sense. But I feel like we just continue to go along with it, and everyone just keeps paying extra for the gas. Why not? Why wouldn't they keep it up? That being said, those watching from home, the Ohio Attorney General's office, if you've got a complaint, you think there's something screwy with the gas prices, I think like I do, and maybe you all do also, 1-800-282-0515. 1-800-282-0515. That is the Ohio Attorney General's office. If you want to go online, look them up, and you can actually fill out a form there, a complaint form, and they will check into it. If we unite with those voices, maybe Kroger's and UDF's, and these people will stop making more money on our money. That being said.
Mike, if you remember, that was a UDF. We saw 312 when we went to the Gold Star ribbon breaking.
Oh, yeah, 312
312 at that
UDF,
UDF,
at
this
Glenway
UDF.
and Muddy Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, lest I digress. One other thing, Chief, I don't know if you're going to cover it or not, but the recent criminal activity that we've had. Are you covering it? Or? Briefly, good. On our local social media network and people that want to take hits at Delhi, I just want to let you know, and maybe Chief will talk, maybe he won't talk about it, maybe he shouldn't talk about it. Those incidents that happened with the shootings up on the Pike, these are not Delhesians. These are not fellow Delhi people that were doing that. They're sliding right over from the border, over in the city of Cincinnati and Price Hill, and bringing that element here. And I can guarantee you, and if you listen to Chief Braun on Channel 9's interview, he made it very clear. Makes it very clear what every one of us says. It's not going to happen in Delhi. You are not going to bring that element here, and we're not going to put up with it. The same thing with running the red lights, doing whatever you think you want to do, like the rules don't apply to you. They do, and they will. That person was arrested. That person's going to go to jail because you don't just pick up a gun and shoot somebody, right? And who knows how the other trial is going to go. The nice thing is in Delhi, everything is on film. No matter what you do, everyone's got cameras. Everyone's got the Ring camera. It's a great thing. Delhi is a great community. A couple of these little instances do not bring Delhi down. Trust me. 99.9% of what you see, what you experience, what you feel, what you live in the township is great. Continue it on. When things finish with the Delhi Town Square, you're going to see what I'm talking about. It is great. A great, safe community, and we love it. That being said, thank you, Chief Campbell. Last night, you were at a meeting that I was at and talked a little bit about the levy and things like that. Great talk. I think people get it. When you call 911 and someone's at your door in less than 5 minutes, man, I'll tell you what, whatever it costs, I'll take it. And it was so great, and it wasn't timed or anything, but a gentleman stood up because his son went into cardiac arrest. And he called 911, and someone was there like that and got him, brought him back. That's what it's all about, protecting life. So kudos to you, your department, Chief Braun, you all. I'll tell you what, don't ever take safety services for granted, and vote accordingly if you would. Thank you so much. That being said, Fire Department, please. Chief Campbell, we have a resolution.
Resolution 2023-163, adopting the 2023 Hamilton County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion, please, on this resolution.
Thank you, trustees. Yes, this 2023 plan was handled by Hamilton County EMA over the course of a couple months. Delhi did have a seat at the table during that mitigation process, and this plan, by adopting it, should go another 5 years. It allows the EMA to access federal funds in case of a disaster. So that's the biggest thing in place, that we have those assurances from the federal government of federal funding and support in the event of a disaster. So by passing this plan, we will be eligible for that.
Very good. Thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Louis, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
Resolution
Chief
20...
Campbell, excuse me, Jim. Chief Campbell, thank you for all the work on that. I'm sit on the Hamilton County Emergency Management Board, and not all communities have complied, and I'm super proud of the fact when they call out Delhi's name as being one that has. We are prepared. Let's hope that this is a manual of information we never have to use. But if we do, we're ready.
No,
So-
police has been integral. In the past, we've been very active in how we handle MCI incidents and active shooter. And I know Ron with Public Works and the mitigation of flooding and things like that have all been top subjects of our plan. So
Everyone has a
Like 'em all.
place, and everyone knows where to be and how to reach each other. And I think that's the whole key to the success of this mitigation plan. And I'm so proud of Delhi for doing it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Resolution 164, Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2023-164, entering into a renewal client services agreement with Medicount Management, Inc. for billing services in connection with emergency medical services, authorizing the township administrator to execute necessary documents, declaring an emergency, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any further discussion on this resolution?
yes, trustees, we've had a long-standing relationship, business agreement with Medicount Management, who handles our reimbursement for medical supplies and our EMS runs. This plan only addresses an increase on their end to pass on to us with that extension. No change in terms.
Thank you.
Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
We have a motion to accept the voluntary resignation of part-time firefighter EMT Anthony W. Addison, effective October 19th, 2023.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion is approved. Thank you, Chief. Parks and Recreation tonight, Mr. Mr. Soupy.
Good evening. I don't have anything on the agenda tonight, but I do have a few updates. As people have noticed in the park, we have had some park path paving being done. It was a grant process. We are sorry for the inconvenience. It is about finished. I believe it covers around 85% of the park paths, so the other percentage was still in good shape, and we couldn't match that, so it was waiting for next time. We also do have, as a long process of ordering and shipping, we finally got benches in from another grant process in Storywoods, so they're all being installed as we speak. So yeah, another good part of it. Crew is finishing up the last parts of the jobs, progress what we're doing over the year. So fall comes in, we kind of get finished, have a little break and stuff. So, and just wanted to give a heads up coming into next month. Most of our facilities don't have heat, so we will be shutting waters off. The only one will be the middle restroom where the new playground went in. We'll have winter hours when our crew is there and when it's not, because we don't have a resource officer anymore at that time. So the hours will be limited.
Great, thank you. We had a meeting in the park last night, and the pickleball courts were packed.
There.
And, hey, what could we do to make this even nicer? More courts. That's what they said.
There you go. Is it
And
really?
they were literally packed. I think there's some other things we could tweak to make it a little bit nicer, maybe some more seating for people that are watching.
Yeah, over the time, I believe we'll get some shaded areas we're looking into, and then more seating, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What, they said, I'm sorry, Mike.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
They said picnic tables outside.
Oh, true, yes,
Under
yes.
the trees.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And then they said 2, extend it to the right. Those
Yeah.
were their suggestions. Other than that, they were happy.
Yes. Yeah, I see it's
Really?
crowded. With the addition on our cameras and stuff, we scroll through, and it is crowded. I'm going to guess 90% of the time it's
Yeah.
3 to 4 courts all the time.
And it looks like that area leading to it, you probably could get another 2, 3 courts in there.
Yeah, I would say. Maybe if you terrace. Yeah, we'd have to double tier.
Yeah.
It looks like because we did have issues on with a taper there, and so that's why it is how it is with the grading and water runoff. So coming up further, maybe a little wall access or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can look into it.
But it was awesome, and I mean, they were all going at it, enjoying it, loving it. You know, a couple waiting to play, and
Yeah, it brought on a lot of new people from other parts of the township. Yeah.
And Mike asked him, what about nets between the courts?
Yeah.
They said no.
Yeah.
They said that just not necessary and it would hinder it. So
Yep.
for those who are fans of those, they're not professional courts, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. They're not meant for tournament.
Well, I've patroned some other courts in other areas, and, the balls that cross to other courts that are side by side, a lot of those are going to be higher than a, knee-high or waist-level fence
Yep.
anyways.
Yeah.
So unless we're going all the way up, I think it would
Yeah.
be difficult.
But
So
it-
if we were double stacked, where you had somebody playing at a court behind you,
Oh, then it would be
then we
that
could
way.
certainly do something like that, but.
And like out at Lunkin, they have something like that.
Yep.
So that's actually a fence behind there, and they actually have tennis courts and everything all in that same. So very good. That was great to see people enjoying the park.
An additional Dan Ryan's been working on a group, like a tournament aspect to
Oh,
put
very
together.
cool.
Yeah. It's been asked about, and we're trying to figure out the concept and get everybody together.
And
It'll come
Rose-
out.
Rose said, she goes, these are not, what'd you say, these are not tournament, these are not
not
whatever.
tournament.
Yes, they are.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
these people are competitive. Ask Dan Ryan, he'll tell you. These people, man, it's a game.
Cut the road.
And so that's awesome, you can do that. Holiday Hootenanny was a lot of fun, get the animals back next year.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Please.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit more expensive,
Yeah, it was-
everyone's jacking up their prices, but that
Yes.
would be great, but
Yep,
great job
we'll
to
work on
you.
that
And
for sure.
the entire team was there, Dan was there, everybody was there, I think, so that was awesome, thank you. What else is going on, anything?
Not a whole lot, just busy cleaning up and wrapping everything up for the year.
Awesome, and then
yeah.
we'll see you next March?
Yes.
All right, good. Very good. Thank you so much. Thanks
go
for what
Highlanders.
you do. Police Department, Chief Ron.
We have a motion to promote Corporal Adam L. Cox to Sergeant in the Police Department effective October 25th, 2023, at the rate per the collective bargaining agreement with Delhi Police Association.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, Chief?
So obviously, all of you know Adam. He's been with us for about 26 and a half years. He spent a great deal of his time in investigative unit and on the road for about 10 years before that. He's been a corporal for about 2.5 years. We did a process. Obviously, it was we had 2 great candidates, and obviously only one can be promoted so at this point. So we're excited. We can't wait to get him started. And I know Adam is extremely excited. So, and we obviously know he'll do a great job.
Trustee Sturts?
No, congratulations. I know the process. Again, I trust you know what you need. You know who fits that mold, who's trained, who on, so on and so forth. So, congratulations, Adam. Looking forward to your future, and we're glad you're here in Delhi.
Trustee Seavey?
Congratulations, Adam. I've looked forward to seeing you promoted and glad to see it happen. Well-deserved, and thank you for your service to Delhi.
Yeah, I would concur with that. Spending so many years there with the investigative unit and on the road and 26 and a half years, I would never want to see that experience, the training, the dedication and love that I know Adam has for this community go anywhere else. So we benefit, Adam benefits, it's a win-win, and thank you for saying yes, Adam, to being sergeant with the Delhi Township Police Department. And isn't it great having options that are both great?
Yeah.
You could have gone, 2 great candidates. It's tough to choose, but pretty neat that you have that quality of people.
Yeah, it's good that we have, obviously we promoted Adam, but we got one in the wait, and obviously more than one in the wait, because, we got fantastic people.
Great.
Hey, what's new in the township, Chief? Anything?
It's been a pretty quiet week.
Yeah, quiet 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, quiet today, maybe. Well, maybe not today even. but-
Not today
Not on River.
either.
Yeah, not today.
So, been a quiet 20 minutes. No, but obviously everybody has seen, everybody's is obviously know last Friday we had 2 separate shootings, one early in the morning. We're still trying to determine if it was 4 or 5 individuals broke into a business, and the employee on scene there had a weapon. He shot and killed one of the intruders, and the other ones had fled the business. I got to be honest with you. I'm always proud of what our people do, but our men and women have put such long hours in. We've still got a lot of work to do on that case, and we're going to work with the prosecutor to see which direction we're going to go with that one. The one about 10:30 that night, there was a vigil outside the business, and somebody that showed up obviously didn't agree with the vigil, and she started taking down some of the items for the vigil. And one of the parties took offense to that, retrieved the weapon, and shot her twice in the chest. So, like Trustee Davis mentioned, we take very good pride in what we do here in Delhi, and our people, our residents expect a lot out from us, and we're going to give it to them. So we're not going to accept that. We're going to prosecute to the furthest, and we'll see where it goes. So I know Officer Rui, or Detective Rui's got grand jury on the second shooting tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. But it's sad. I mean, it's sad that the township gets a black eye for stuff that people that don't live here have done. And it's our job to make sure that we do our best to make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Can't promise, but we're going to do our best. So,
Yeah, and the residents are the best eyes and ears. They see it all, but it just drives I think all of us crazy when you see it on the social media network. If you see something going on, or if you see something going on in a business, or you see something that is strange, or that vape shop, it's had to call the police. Just tell them, here's what I've seen. We can't guess, we can't read your minds, but I can assure you, different things are already on the radar. So you might not be the only one who's called and said, hey, here's what I've seen. We stick together as a community. We always have, we always will. We protect our streets, we protect our people.
but I will say, throughout this past week, I've seen a lot of things from, Delhi's going downhill, Delhi this, Delhi that. But I will tell you that, the Chief Howarth and I, earlier in the year, we did some presentations, and, I can tell you that, crime in Delhi, we had 25 violent crimes in all of 2022. I think that somebody called me the other day and questioned, the crime is off the hook in Delhi. And, of course, you ask how they searched it. They searched by zip code. And, we all know that if you search 45238 or 45233, you don't just get Delhi. You get our surrounding areas that obviously has a heck of a lot more crime than we do. And I urge somebody, if they have questions about that, they call me, because I can share the maps with them and show them the crime in Delhi. And, but it brings us back to social media. I mean, if you have questions, please call us. Obviously, we're busy in times like that, but give it a little time and call us, and we'll be glad to talk to you and answer your questions. So, I mean, that's all I can tell you. Don't believe what you read on social media. That's all I can say with that. But our men and women, I will tell you, I had a conversation with Chief Vetter from Green Township and Chief Thigi from Cincinnati, because obviously they gave us a hand on both of them. Green Township the early morning one, Cincinnati the one after the shooter fled the scene with his mother at the time, and went to Cincinnati and went into a home, and so obviously Cincinnati helped us out with that. So, but we're going to be out there. We're going to do our best to protect the community, and our young men and women have a lot of pride, and they're going to continue doing so. So,
Quick, get back in Cincinnati where they might not stop us or actually prosecute. Yeah, is that what it is? And I knew right, it wasn't going to be Delhi people, because Delhi people that live here, they know better. They really do. You're going to get caught. There's nothing like that. And this pack of kids up there busting into the business and doing whatever, hey, hate that it happened, but, for every action, there's a reaction. And that's what you got. Whether it was justified or not, I don't know. That's for the prosecutor and everybody else. But just don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't do it. Not, and especially not in Delhi Township.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
learn the
a
lesson.
tragedy no matter how you peel the onion back, but at the end of the day, obviously, we're going to work with the prosecutor and obviously come to a successful conclusion, so. But just a couple brief additional things. Thank you for bringing up obviously 45 years ago today, it was a very dark day for Delhi, and, knock on wood, that we've never had to tell since then, had to tell somebody's loved one their police officer hero has been killed in the line of duty. So we're going to keep knocking on that wood, and obviously, hopefully, it never happens again. And a special thank you for the Delhi Police Historical Association for what they do and the little ceremony they put on. So, other than that, I'll entertain any questions you may have. And if anybody out there who's listening, if they have questions about what we do or our crime or anything about the police department, once we get caught up on things, I am going to have a town hall meeting to go over stuff like that. So,
Great.
I think one of the sad, pathetic things that happened that morning, besides the shooting, Delhi was going to be the spotlight community that morning on Channel 9 with good news about the community, good news about our growth, good news about the town square, good news about our police levy, good news about our fire levy, everything that was positive about being here, living here, enjoying our life and our quality of life in Delhi. And right now, it has not been rescheduled. So as it becomes rescheduled, did you get a date, Skylar, by chance?
I was told it'll run tomorrow.
Oh, good. Oh, yes. Well, let's hope everyone behaves tonight and that it runs tomorrow morning, because it runs like on the hour with Adrian Whitstadt. So it's like 5, 6, 7, and then it comes back on at is it noon? Did he say noon?
I don't know the schedule. I just know that it was going to be tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Look forward to it.
Record it, and you can watch it over and over and over.
thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Works, please. Mr. Rippinger, how are you? I thought of you today,
When you were stuck in traffic?
heading into
Let's say, where you
Cincinnati.
driving?
I was heading into the city, down on Lower Delhi, Fairbanks.
Were you excited? We're getting close to paving.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
doing it. They're putting blacktop and lining it and things, but I think it's interesting that we have a turn lane for 4 homes. But anyway,
Yeah.
unbelievable. It's like, do these people live on the east side so they don't know how real true traffic functions, or what am I missing?
I
Because it
seen-
makes absolutely no sense.
They call it traffic calming. I know they lengthened the turn lane down at 50, which I think will help with backups, because I think it wasn't that long originally when they did that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You come around the bend at Fairbanks heading into the city, all of a sudden you're in the turn-only lane.
yeah.
Good, brilliant. We waited a year and a half for that. Can't wait for the light.
That's another year away.
Quite a mood tonight. Have you been to Cheviot yet and seen what they've done over there? They
Down-
have build outs in the lane so they
In
can.
the lane.
Yeah.
In the lane. So like if you're driving along, all of a sudden you're hitting a build out if you're not used to one lane. So I don't know what that's all about.
But there's
It
only
must
like
be
4 or 5
calming, too.
homes in that whole stretch
right.
there on the left.
Yep.
The goal, I don't know about the turn lane, but the goal is just to put it to 2 lanes to calm traffic is all that they told me.
Well, and it's great
Just
because,
like Glenway.
the city obviously has that much money that they can just afford to go through, and if they saw the railroad, they'll have billions more that they can do these fun projects with. Won't that be lovely?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine? It's unbelievable. Aren't you glad you're in Delhi, my friends? I'll tell you what. I feel bad for those residents that have to put up with that and live with that. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I don't foresee a lot of traffic backups down there, but I mean,
Nobody's going that way yet because they know to avoid it. They're going up Elbron, up Enright, anywhere.
Right through the shooting gallery.
Shooting gallery. I did not say that, for the record. Thank you. Finally, somebody else piped in here. All right, this
That
is
was
good.
me.
All right, sorry.
So anyway,
That's why
moving
I live
on.
in the suburbs and not in the city.
They already
Chief Braun smirking at me.
they're prepping for final paving on Fairbanks, along with not in Delhi, but I think they are with Glenway also. Mount Overno, they have finished all the adjustments, all the curbs complete on Mount Overno. They have a little bit more curb work to do on Pedretti, and then weather permitting, I would say it would be paved possibly next week, at least before the next meeting anyway.
Yeah. Chief Braun, if you would keep your force on alert there. Mount Verno's looking really nice, and it's smooth. I tell you what, you can get up to 52 miles an hour like that. So you might want to have them just kind of patrolling the area because, you know, we've had complaints about that before. We've had to use the traffic monitors up on Mount Verno, but this has really looked nice. But, yeah, preventative maintenance, please.
And I know we've had our share of traffic complaints with Mount Alverno. It was chaos a few days there. I know when they were milling, I think they had 12 trucks that had to find a place to park. It was definitely a cluster. So if residents can try to go a different route or avoid it, I believe there are a good amount of alternate routes to go for that. But right now, it should be slow till they pave, and then it'll be a little chaotic again with trucks and stuff. But after that, should be good to go for about 25, 30 years.
But leading in and out of back in Delshire, those houses back, they had both entrances blocked. People couldn't get to their homes. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only two ways in and out, and they were both blocked.
And this is a Hamilton County
Right, Ann?
project, and sometimes we're involved a little more because we might put our name on for the grant and what have you.
Yeah.
We're not, but we did reach out to the inspector in the county to voice our opinion on some of the traffic control, and I do believe that helps some.
Okay.
Yeah. And it does look nice. It really does.
It's
You know,
when they put the final
Paint.
pavement down, it's going to look real good.
Yep.
Curb was extended, right?
Yes.
Great. Thanks, Ron.
All right. Thanks.
Administration update, resolution, please.
Resolution 2023-165, authorizing the township administrator to spend greater than $10,000 on behalf of the township, declaring emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion, please.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Miller.
This is for two items. First one is for Adlita Construction. This is actually in regards to the sort of grant for Mount Verno sidewalk. The final construction cost came in higher than what was anticipated. We did budget for it, but the original spending authority came in just under $14,000 short. So the contracted rate for work and material stays the same. This is just overages because there was additional material. The other item is Duke Energy. In connection with the infrastructure that we're installing on Clemmy to support DTS, we have to have a three-phase electrical line, so a commercial grade line. We are only responsible for 40% of that line extension. Duke covers the rest of that cost. That's coming in also close to the same amount, $13,274.34. So this will come out of the DTS funds.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
Resolution 2023-166, authorizing renewal of the township's property and casualty insurance through Ohio Plan Risk Management, Inc., authorizing the township administrator to execute and deliver necessary documents, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Discussion on the resolution.
Yes, sir. This is an annual resolution to renew our property and casualty insurance through Hylant. We're part of the Ohio Plan. It's a little confusing. And I'll explain this. Our premium went up by about $10,000. Okay, but we actually our membership fees slightly increased. But our Advantage credit, which is because we're part of the Ohio Plan and we've been long-term members, our credits are going up by nearly, I believe it was about $5,000. And then we have some asset increases, so we're getting more coverage than we did last year. Effectively, our rate was reduced by 1%, even though it's a $6,000 increase. So this is actually really good numbers on top of, especially compared to, market standards. If we were out on our own, we could be looking at a 15-20% increase. So the Ohio plan is taking care of us.
Good.
Great, 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 great.
I
Thank you.
move, okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes. Additional information, Mr. Miller?
Yes, sir. Just another Delhi Town Square update. This is really an exciting time in the project. Every time you go out there, you see some massive changes. The exterior of the building is nearing completion. We're getting our sidewalks in. This is on the south side of the building. As you move into the township admin spaces, you can see, not only the casework, but now our countertops are coming in, really taking shape. This is the pool areas. All of the decking is in right now. They're painting the walls. They're doing the caulking. Our competition locker rooms have all been blocked out, and those will get their finishes here soon. But we actually walked Oak Hills representatives through there yesterday so they could see the competition area, and they're very excited about that. Let's see. Out the front of the building, you can see that the patio on the north side, facing out towards the lawn and Delhi Pike is installed. And now we're getting the loop, the south end of the lawn done. So you can see the kind of the rough end of where that roadway is going to be. The doors are getting installed on the Oak Hill side exterior that goes out to the playground area. So, like I said, the final finishing work on the exterior is nearing completion, and you can see a lot more of the exterior work on the apartments. So PLK buildings are looking really sharp. Looks good. So I did walk through yesterday some of the apartments. They're putting down floor finishes. Getting they're coming along. It's getting impressive. So one of the floor plans is actually roughly 1,600 square feet. So for a 3-bedroom apartment, it's pretty impressive. Nice big flat floor plan.
Do we have any idea how many apartments are pre-rented at this time? A couple weeks ago, it was about 20-ish.
Yeah, about 20-ish. So I think I said last time that there was like 120, but that's the pre-leasing waiting list that are all in.
Right, but how
all
many
in
are
queue. Yeah.
signed
So
pre-lease?
I don't have that final number. I will start getting that number for the trustee meetings. So we'll start tracking that progress.
Good.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Community Development, please. Joy Pearson, welcome.
We have Resolution 2023-167, declaring a nuisance for accumulated debris at 266 Holiday Hill Lane, declaring an emergency and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Joy?
No, the property looks exactly the same today as it did that day.
Okay. Occupied?
Yes.
They give
I
everybody-
don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so you have not had personal contact with them at all, just all,
I'm sure that John has.
okay,
Yes.
thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, resolution passes.
Nice, you got one off the books, because I think 2 were expected tonight.
Yes.
Good.
One was taken care of today.
Great.
And it is occupied.
Is it a lull just because it's getting into the cooler weather, or?
Well, the tall grasses
Yeah.
goes away because it's not growing, because it is cooler weather. Yes.
So now we can start focusing on the cars on the front lawns and the front porches. That would be nice.
Absolutely.
Yes. Continue on. What's going on?
I do have a few updates. I'll pick up with the Delhi Town Square updates. So the patio bar bids are due next Tuesday, and we do know that we have at least 2 contractors that will be bidding, so that's good news. And they're both local, and they both have very good reputations, so it's good news. We have 3 tours this week for the town square. One was Oak Hills along with Health Fitness. So it was nice for the swim people from Oak Hills to talk to Health Fitness, the HFit people, about the pool and sharing insider's knowledge. I guess the person who is the swim coach is retiring this year. He said he'd like to have a part-time job working at the Delhi Town Square. So hopefully they will be able to make that work. And we also had, today we had a developer, commercial real estate agent developer looking at the space, and she was blown away. She said, Delhi is ready for change, and it's finally on the map. Those were her words. So, and she was very interested in the commercial space and has some possible tenants, which we, of course, are talking with many folks about that. And then tomorrow we have a resident and our staff, my staff, our team, will be going through our space and looking at it. Related to this, the Dunkin' Donuts, Brian Ben Hayes, am I saying that right? Ben Hazy. He was at the Delhi Business Association meeting, and he announced that they are renovating that store and changing the traffic pattern so it won't be so tight right next to the apartments. I thought he said they were spending $500,000.
That's what I heard him say.
Yeah, so it's a significant investment. And then I also, at that meeting, shared information that since August of '22, 12 new businesses have opened in the township. I'm not able to get my list off my phone. My Wi-Fi's not working, but I did share that with you by email. And there's 2 big numbers to celebrate. One is that our vacancy rate is 7.7% in commercial space, which is amazingly low. And we also, for this year, have 233 zoning permits that have been issued, and the investment is hit the $25 million mark this
many?
week. 25 million. So that's the total investment year to date. Then, let me see what else I have. The marathon that's going to be going in where the Allison's Landscaping is at 889 Anderson Ferry at the intersection of Rapid Run. I was finally able to get a hold of somebody at the county engineer's office, thanks to Ron, and their traffic study comments were due today, and there's a report that they have to give to the developer and the engineering firm for the owners on Friday. So we're pushing to get that approved so that they can move forward with the building permit and get a demolition permit to tear down the building. Then the Los Tres Hermanos Mexican restaurant applied for zoning permits today. They are where Delhi Chili used to be. They're waiting on equipment for their hood, so they're hoping to open in December, but they're thinking it will be January.
Good. Trustee Sturts?
No, thank you.
Good.
Everything that I've been hearing, so thank you, and I appreciate the updates.
Trustee Seavey?
Oh, thanks, Troy.
I did forget one important announcement. The Christmas parade is on, and it's going to be held on Saturday, December 2nd. Don Jenkins is the person that is taking the lead on that. So if anybody would like to enter the parade, please let him know. And the brochure or the pamphlet program, I guess, with coupons is being planned. So if you'd like to put some coupons in there, Don can direct you to the right person as well.
And how do they reach Don Jenkins?
I don't know it.
Don, if you would, I'm going to bring you up when we have the comment section, and you can talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yes.
Thank you, Joy.
Thanks, Troy.
Thanks.
Thank you, Joy.
Now you bring Don up.
Okay. Since we're rolling on to that, Don, do you want to come up and talk a little bit about the Christmas parade? Don Jenkins.
All right, thank you very much. My email for the Christmas parade is don.jenkins@tjsit.net. Email me there or call me at 513-479-4998. I talked to Joy yesterday, and Amy Cook from the Delhi Cricket called me. She wants to get involved. She's probably going to do the parade. I know she's going to also try to do the booklet, which I sent her down to Vicky Brosey to try and get something in there as well as coupons as well. That way we don't waste the booklets. And then she's also wants to get involved in the DBA.
Right.
So hopefully the DBA will survive.
Skylar, can we get that information on our Facebook page about how to apply for the
Right?
Christmas parade?
Yeah, we can get that up there.
Okay.
Is there a deadline coming up on both of those?
I know that we're going to have another outburst of registration November 1st. I don't have some of the information. I just got back from out of town today. I just pulled in my driveway at 5, so I rushed here real quick.
Thanks for being
I'll get the information to Joy for a deadline for both sponsorship and the registration, and then we can get that posted. And I'm also going to try and work on the DBA website to get it with Megan, Uncle Bob's daughter, and try and get that on the DBA website as well.
Don, what do you need from people? Do you need more?
Right now, I need more registration, and I need, as of right now, I think we're up to 20 or 25. I mean, I like to get over 60.
So different groups, floats, everything.
Floats, everything, bands, anybody who wants to participate. I know I got another dance group coming, so hopefully that'll be good.
Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, we want them all.
I want them all. I think the PAC group that was here 2 weeks ago is going to distribute the booklets for us, and they're going to start at Anderson Ferry and work down towards St. Dominic on both sides of the street with the parents, and that way they can go to their assigned spot for the parade.
Smart.
Well, thanks for stepping up, and that's quite a cookie you've been into here.
Yes, it has. And if everything goes good, maybe I'll be the president of the DBA.
Hey, how do you get 26 hours out of your 24?
I make it work.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don, very much.
Don.
Very much dedicated.
Great. We have Casey Titchinger's here from Delhi Library to give us a library update. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
totally fine. And I was going to say, I fielded a call about the parade, so we are happy to post if we can get flyers or anything, we can have them at the library. We're on the email mailing list, so I didn't get the name of the person that called, but I was able to give her your email and phone number, so, but we can get that out.
Perfect.
So my name is Casey Titchinger. I'm the manager of the Delhi Library. I came last year with Paula, our director. I've been coming to a few meetings. You might have seen me lurking, but I thought that I might give a quarterly update about what we're doing at the branch. So I don't have any fun building updates. You guys might know a little bit more about that than I do, but I can give you our boots on the ground information. I wanted to start with our library system has been focusing on doing customer appreciation days. Delhi had our customer appreciation day in early September. We had about over 400 people come that day. It was a Saturday, so we usually have about 200. We had people come in and see what was going on, go home, get their families, and come back. We had kids crafts, button making. We had a tech table where we could help troubleshoot our ebooks and e-audiobooks with people who are having trouble. We had refreshments. So we just really appreciate this community support. There's just a lot of, everybody had such great comments, and the fact that they came and then went and got people and came back, I thought that was really great. We just really appreciate everybody that really enjoys the library. I wanted to do a quick update on after school. So you probably know, we get a lot of kids after school. We've had a really great year so far. Thank you to Mr. Connors and Mr. Faust. They've been really great partners, and they're setting a really great example at the middle school. We have seen over 200 kids, individual names. So daily, we're getting about 40, 50, but we have 200 kids that have come through. We are doing an after-school snack, so we have served over 650 snacks after school. And we have daily passive crafts along with other activities, and we really thank We Thrive for their support. The grant money from We Thrive has helped us keep those daily crafts going, so that has been really great. And then my final thing is just, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we do have a levy on the ballot. Our 10-year 1 mil levy is about to expire. The board did unanimously approve to put in a replacement at 1.5 mil. Over 60%, or about 60% of our budget still does come from the state, but it fluctuates, with every budget cycle. So the local funding is more steady and reliable, and we're looking to be able to continue to do our great services and keep up our spaces. So that's on the ballot. And that is all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
Trustee Sturts?
No, thank you. You always provide us with the information we need. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Trustee Seavey?
Everyone who doesn't know, it's not our parents' or grandparents' library anymore. It's much, much more than that. And if you haven't been there recently, stop by. It's quite an amazing place. And we're going to have some amazing things happen with the Delhi branch here in the next maybe year and a half, but some good updates and improvements. So thank you so much, and thanks for being on We Thrive with us too.
Yeah, thank you.
Casey, thanks for the student outreach. That was really good to hear. You know, myself coming from education, teaching for 20 years, and hearing that, and also a former student at Delaware Junior High who would go by the library coming home. How great that is that you have something there, you know, and I'm sure some people say, oh, these darn kids. No, you're actually making good use of the time. They're doing crafts and things and a snack and, yeah, and maybe even keeping, I'm just thinking in my mind how much trouble you probably have kept some of these kids out of by giving them something constructive to do with their time and just helping them with their self-worth, which is a great, great gift to give the kids these days. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot. We do have a homework help and enrichment aid position. We have had, on 2 separate occasions, 2 very fantastic candidates that, for whatever reason, have not worked out and have not been able to start. So if you know of anybody who has some time, Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6, it's a paid position. We are looking for high school students or anybody that is interested in educating and helping our kids with homework. So position's down right now. They can come talk to me. I'm going to post it again in a little bit and get some new interest. So
Good
Great.
to know.
That might be something too with the local church bulletins. They probably could do that real easily, or
Yeah.
call the high schools and tell them you got this position, and those principals have lists of students who they could probably tell you 5 right off who could do it. That
Yeah, it's
might
a good
wanna use
idea.
that.
Have you contacted the Mount? Because they have.
You know, I forgot about that. I should, because I used to post over there and I forgot this time. So that's a good idea. Thank you.
They have a bulletin board right there in the main student lodge area that you could just put it and your phone will ring and ring. So,
Especially when they see paid.
yeah. So what's it, cash? Yeah.
And they're already out of bed by 3 o'clock and
Yeah, there you go.
not partying yet at 6.
Yeah.
Good.
Great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Announcement of community events, please. Mr. Miller.
Yes, sir. Upcoming, we have the Delhi Sip and Shop Craft Vendor Holiday Show presented by Delhi Parks and Recreation. It'll be held on Friday, November 17th, starting at 6, going till 9 at the Delhi Senior and Community Center on Neeb Road. Enjoy a cocktail as you shop local crafters and vendors. Everything you need to stuff those holiday stockings, including handcrafted gifts, baked goods, and popular name brands. Please contact Delhi Township Parks Department with any questions.
Wow. It is.
Happening.
It's like winter. It's like everything just shuts down. Pancake breakfast on Sunday? Is that open to the public? Do we know that?
Yes.
You want to talk about that for a second?
I don't know much about it. It's Croiter.
It's given by the Gold Star parents of
Yeah.
Sergeant David Kruder, who was killed in Iraq. And they do this every year, and they offer scholarships to our local high school students.
They is who?
The Kruder family, and that's Mama Pat Murray and Father Ken Kruder. Ken Kruder grew up on Greenwell, and they are both Highlanders.
And this is,
Just saying.
the event is
The
where?
event is Sunday at Shiloh,
There you go.
9 to noon.
9 to 9.
9 to noon, Sunday at Shiloh, pancake breakfast, and
Sausage.
a great, great cause. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I am thrilled to say we do not have need for executive session tonight, so we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
With no further business brought before this board, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Thank you so much. Meeting is adjourned. We'll see you on November 6th is our next meeting. Halloween is next Tuesday. Please be, what? 8th, excuse me. Halloween's next Tuesday. Please be safe. Please, please. And obviously, don't forget to vote. That is coming up. You do make a difference when you vote, so please come on out. Good? Have a good night.